guys, welcome to the garage. I'm Brian.
I'm Ed.
This is the living room edition of the garage because of the heat.
Yes.
And I thought we should start with this before we get into information. And for anybody out there saying, what are my rights constitutionally? What are my rights about the masks and the social distancing and lockdowns and all the crap? Let me read Article 11 of the Constitution of the United States of America to you. Any act directed against a person apart from the cases and without the forms determined by law is arbitrary and tyrannical, which means the governor can't go, you have to do this.
Yeah.
If it hasn't been made a law, signed into law, you do not have to do it. And here's what the rest of it says. If the attempt is made to execute such act or tyrannical order by force, the person who is the object thereof has the right to resist it by force. The Constitution says you're allowed to stand up against tyrannical governments, governors, mayors, town councils, corporations, whoever. If they are violating your constitutional right, you have a right to resist it. Absolutely. Under the Constitution of the United States of America.
In black and white.
In black and white, people. Okay? So you have that right to stand up and say, no, you're not going to do that.
Yep.
Thing is, we need men who will do it.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it is not without the act of good but violent men that we are free.
Yeah.
Okay? There are three types of men in this world, and we're going to get into it with the bushcraft. Brother Ed's Mr. Well-versed in bushcraft better than I. But there are three types of men in the world. Type 1. Type 1 is the most dangerous man in the world. You know why? Because he runs from a fight. He runs from, standing up to things. He runs from confrontation. And he's dangerous because he's dangerous to have around because he gets in the way. And he's the guy who will turn you in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then you got, and I'm going to skip number 2, but number 3 is a dangerous guy too. The reason he's dangerous is because he thinks he knows what he's doing, but he has no idea how to handle a firearm, no idea how to handle tactics, no planning, and he just shoots from the seat of his pants.
Doesn't know what situational awareness
No
is.
situational awareness. But number 2, that's the guy you want to be around. That's the guy who has situational awareness. He has a plan. If he's out in public, he knows how to get out of a place if there's a situation that arises. He knows how to help other people. And if forced to, can stand up and defend himself and those around him.
Yep.
Okay? He's got his head screwed on straight, and he doesn't live by fear.
Yeah.
He uses fear.
Yeah, I watched these I know you watch them too, the videos, you've seen them and stuff, and everybody else has the of people attacking people on the street and getting sucker punched and but yeah, every time I watch not every time, but a lot of those times I'm watching those, I'm looking at the guy going, you shouldn't even have been in that situation.
No.
If you're walking down the street and this isn't racial profiling or nothing, it doesn't care who they are.
No.
If you're walking down the street by yourself and 5 guys are walking towards you, that's your situational awareness. You don't let them get up on you and then surround you, and then you adapt and change and do something different. Walk across the street,
unless they don't
walk
let
in
you.
the store, or unless they don't let you. Yeah. I'm saying that's not 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You're gonna find some times where you can't get out of that situation, and then you have to draw your gun.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, you can get yourself out of the situation before you even get to that point.
Oh yeah. And the 3 guys that I mentioned at the beginning of this, the third guy, he has another trait that makes him dangerous. He's a bully.
Yeah. He's the guy that's going to walk down there and try to. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't do nothing. And now you're dead.
Yeah.
Because they can do something to you.
Yeah. So, and here's the thing. We've all got friends. We've got family members. And some of them may fall under the first and third heading, okay? You got to keep that in mind, okay? Under situational awareness is also called a thing called security, okay? And you have to assess your security risks. By assessing your security risks, the individuals around you, your surroundings, your house, your car, when you're in a mall, when you're in a business shopping, wherever, you have to assess your situation under situational awareness. Pay attention to who's around you. What that means is you're not walking around with your face stuck in your smartphone. You're not walking around with your headset off, rocking to the beat. Okay? but you're paying attention, you're listening, and you're looking.
Yeah. I like listening to books, audio books and stuff. And I used to walk around shopping and all that, and listening to my book. Now I haven't been doing that a lot lately, just so I can. This world's changing, man.
Oh
I
yeah,
need to know what's going
yeah.
on.
Well,
You know?
with the rise of what we've seen with Antifa
Mm-hmm.
and the Marxist
This is when I'm
organization,
walking around with a big 45 shirt on.
yeah, both these organizations are basically been labeled domestic terrorist organizations.
Uh-huh.
But within these organizations, I firmly believe this. We have hardcore Satanists, Luciferians,
Oh yeah. Mhm.
and we have chosen ones.
Yep.
As
Yep.
mentioned by Pastor Russ Dizdar in his book, The Black Awakening. The man's done a lot of research. It's a book you need to get. Okay. With regards to security, situational awareness, a YouTube channel, I think we'll put a link in description.
Okay.
Warrior Poet Society. Check out his YouTube channel. Excellent YouTube videos. Excellent talking about situational awareness and how to handle firearms properly and different things. The guy's on point.
Basic dude stuff.
Basic dude stuff.
I love that guy.
I love it. I've watched his videos. You know, I tried opening the bottle with my thing, and
Yeah.
it works.
Yep.
Yeah. So I got a stainless steel ring, so I can
Yep.
pull it off. But anyway, and it's kind of impressive too. You know.
Yep. And they hand it to you.
Yep.
Basic dude.
Basic dude stuff. So,
Sorry.
but these
Shout
are,
out to you. Whatever.
what we're talking about is basic skill sets every guy should have.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna
and their skills, and because they're skill sets, that means you have to practice them.
yes.
You don't just I know that. No, do you do it a lot? Do you do it every day? Do you run in your mind?
Yep.
What's
Yep.
I walk in Walmart running scenarios.
Oh yeah.
What if that guy does this? I'm going to do
What
that.
if this
I'm going to
happens
do
there?
this.
Where's my exit at? Where do I? How many people can I get out with me?
Yep.
But also on top of that, when he talks about practicing, it's like Brother Ed here showed me different fire starting techniques, which by the way I have practiced.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother's place out there, he's got a fire pit.
Yep. Yep.
So I actually have gotten proficient at using a bow drill to start a fire.
Yeah.
I've actually, that mirror thing you gave me with the spring on it.
Yep.
I've gotten proficient with using that.
Yep.
And I have not once
I
used
can't remember what that thing's called.
that. That wadding you gave me for starting a fire.
Mm.
It's like cotton wadding, and it's got stuff in it, and you can light it, and it burns.
Oh yeah. It's like orange or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I haven't used that one time to start a fire.
Yeah.
Haven't had to.
Yep.
Now, if you got wet wood and stuff, something like that comes in handy.
Yeah.
But if you got dry tinder and stuff like that.
Yeah. That stuff is real tiny, but you throw in your backpack. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's great stuff. But if
There's
you're
a lot of
proficient
that
at
stuff
starting a fire, you don't need to use it all
Yeah.
that much. I think it's good for like emergency situations. Like I said, if you got wet tinder, wet wood.
Yep.
The
The absolute best way to start a fire, I got it right here. Absolute best way to start a fire.
Want a lighter? Yeah. Well, let's say you ain't got a lighter.
Keep a lighter in your pocket.
Yeah.
I got a lighter in my pocket. I got a lighter in my
Well, what I tell people
in my fire bag. I got a lighter in my backpack. I got a lighter.
What I tell people is when you're like at the gas station, you don't have to be a smoker, okay?
Mhm.
And I'll be
I don't
honest,
smoke.
I smoke, okay. But anyways, when you're at a gas station, let's say they got lighters on sale,
Mhm.
or let's say you're at the dollar store and they got like a pack of 9 lighters for $1.
Yep.
Buy them.
Yep.
Take them home.
Yep. I'm a big guy myself. I like bigs.
Put them in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Okay, and put them in
Bics
your bug out
always
bag. That way you got some
Yep.
lighters, okay?
Yep.
But get proficient at starting a fire without a lighter.
Oh yeah. Because the lighter is the best, easiest, cheapest way to light a fire.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have if that gets wet.
Yep.
You're
or
trying
let's
to dry
say
it
you've
out,
got a lighter, but you've got wet tinder, wet wood.
Yeah.
You need something, an ignition source like that cotton wadding
Mhm. Yep.
that will burn consistently and
Yep.
hot that help dry out your fuel.
Yeah.
Help dry out your wood.
If you have a knife and some access to any kind of wood, you can get dry tinder.
Yes,
you just
can.
have to work.
Yeah.
Core, the heartwood, unless it's floating in the pond.
Yeah.
The core of that is dry.
Yeah, guaranteed.
So you just get to it.
Yeah, the outside of it,
up,
it'll dry out.
feather sticks.
Once you get it ignited, but the inside dry.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
One question.
Yes.
I'm out in the woods. I'm in a situation where I've had to bug out, and I'm low on food.
Mhm.
but I've got a river nearby, I've got a lake nearby, but I don't have a fishing pole.
Yeah.
And I need to eat, so I'm going to have to go get some fish.
Yep. Yep. You can very, very, very good, easy, cheap thing to keep in your bug out bag is fishing line. You don't need a pole, just the line and hooks and sinkers. Basic fishing stuff, basic
Right.
fishing stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't have all that, the easiest way is probably make a spear gig
Okay.
and just get you a nice straight stick and the best way to do that it would be um, something at least as thick as your thumb, I would say.
Yeah.
At least that thick, maybe thicker. And then what you do is you cut almost an X in the top down about that far or so. And then I've seen it where you put little bitty sticks in there and spread that out. And then you sharpen those down to points. And that give you a quad
Okay.
gig.
Now, what about fish traps?
Fish traps work too. Yeah, yeah. Yep.
So,
Yeah,
like, let's
there's several. There's a bunch of different ways to make fish, depending on the if you're on a river, you gotta think of where you're at, your environment. You got to know that before you're even out there. But what fish are out there? Is it trout? Is it And then
Yeah.
they all act differently.
Right.
You know.
So, while I'm on a stream, for instance, and you've got rocks available, right? So basically, you're going to take those rocks, you're going to stack them in the stream, downflow,
Yeah.
and you're going to make a funnel out of the rocks. So that's going to funnel the fish in, and then you put your trap at the end of the funnel.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the same as trapping on land. You're trapping bunnies,
Yeah.
rabbits or squirrels or anything. You want to funnel them into the trap
Mhm.
that you got set snare or whatever.
Right.
And but yeah, like I said, and then like just for instance, you're in the Rockies and you got brook trout,
Mhm.
and you can actually catch brook trout by hand. They're docile if you're slow enough.
Yeah.
Basically, you lay on your belly, and if you got an overhang, you don't want them to see you. They got very good eyes. So if they see you, they're gone.
Yeah.
But if you're laying on the bank and you just slide your arm into the water up under the bank, they like to hang out under there. And as soon as you feel slimy, snatch.
And you
So,
caught a brook
you got a
trout.
brook trout.
Well, on the same token, you can do, I'm trying to remember what they call it now, noodling
Yeah, noodling. Yep.
for catfish.
Yep.
So basically, you're going to have to wade out in the water.
Yep.
You're going to get
Shove your
muddy.
hand in the hole.
Yeah. Stick your hand in the hole, and when the fish grabs a hold of your finger, you grab a hold of him and you pull him out, flick him up on the bank.
Yep, there's ways. If you have line, you can rig up a cane pole like they did back in the old days.
Yep.
If you have line too, paracord man is amazing. I love paracord.
Yep.
You can
Got a great big
string
roll on it.
you can string a paracord across the river and hang hooks down
We're in a
in
trout line.
trout line. Yep, that's what it's called, trout line.
Yep.
And you're fishing with 10 hooks
Well,
as
it's like
opposed
old
to
Hank
one.
said, a country boy can't survive.
Yep, yeah, trout lines are awesome.
Skin a buck,
Gill
run a
net.
trout line.
You can make a paracord, pull the insides out. You got 7 strands usually inside the paracord. Those are littler strands. String those across. There's videos on how to do it, but basically you need a top. You probably the outer part of the paracord, top on the top.
Yep.
And then you hang one over here. Then you hang, go about that far apart.
Yep.
Hang another one. Hang another one. Hang another one. And then you bring 2 together, tie a knot. 2 together, tie a knot, and make a gill net.
Yeah, and you can do the same thing from a tree branch. Let's say you're at a pond or a lake or whatever. And say you can weigh it out. You can hang them from a tree or low hanging tree branch.
Yep.
And that's another way to do it. So.
And I've seen it. It's rough going, but you can take your if you find a fork branch, it's a nice fork in it. Get your shirt, tie a knot in the neck or whatever.
Yeah.
Hook that around so you're not going to lose your shirt, and it's a net, and you just whoop, scoop the fish up out of the river. you know, out of the lake.
That might be the harder way.
It's a hard way to do,
Yeah,
but
it's a
it
harder
gets
way to do it.
you know,
But
you could do that. Actually, you can do that with the minnow pools and get bait for your for
yeah,
your
you
big
can also
fish.
make a small net out of paracord,
Yeah,
and you take a small,
Yep.
make a circular net,
like a gill net, but make it
And then-
in a circle. Yeah,
yeah, sling it out, and boom. I mean, you got your net.
yeah. There's a lot of paracord and but yeah, just the main thing is spend $5 at Walmart and buy a fishing tackle, and then you can have it in a little bitty tin.
Yep.
You know, go up front, get the Altoids.
Yep.
And then fill the inside with fishing hooks and
Lead weights.
lead weights,
Yeah.
and around the outside with a. I've even seen an Altoid tin where the inside is full of little weights and all this and blah blah blah, and even the little bobbers will fit in there and stuff. They
Yep.
close the tin and they wrap the whole outside with fishing line.
Yep.
And then duct tape that down and then
Oh, yeah.
throw it in the back.
And then another thing you can do is, let's say you got an AR-15 at home,
Mhm.
right? And you take that AR, and the handle's hollow.
Yep.
Okay. You can put fishing hooks, lead weights in there. You can stuff it with fishing line if you get enough fishing line in there.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of places where you can take this stuff and you can put it in your bug out bag, stuff it in that handle.
Yeah.
However, one guy I know who has a bug out bag, and it's a totally an 80s thing. And most guys right now, anyway, wouldn't be caught dead with a fanny pack. Okay. Let's be honest, man. We don't have to wear one right now. We ain't wearing a fanny pack. But in your bug out bag, he keeps a fanny pack.
Mhm.
And in that fanny pack, he keeps lighters, fishing line,
Yep.
lead weights,
Fanny packs are
fishing
actually good.
hooks. He's got rubber worms in the fanny pack.
My brother's backpack top.
Yeah.
You flip up and then you put your stuff in the thing and you flip it back and it keeps the rain out.
Yeah.
On the back side of that, it's got a zipper. You unzip it and then flip out the thingy and it's a fanny pack.
There you go.
So they call it
There you
a
go.
day pack.
But you got your bug out bag, you got a fanny pack. There you go.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty simple.
Browse bag is just set up a good browse bag.
Yeah.
That's what Dave Canterbury calls it. I don't know if that's.
Well, one thing I been trying to tell people, and correct me if I'm wrong, is a backpack. Okay, that your bug out bag is a backpack, for instance,
Yeah.
and you should have
There's
one that's set up so that.
So many backpacks out there. But
Oh gosh, but you should have one that's set up so that let's say you're having to hoof it, you're in that situation, and it's set up so that you can put your rifle back here and it holds on to your rifle.
Some are set up that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would suggest everybody get a rigid bag. Definitely a rigid bag of some sort. They got the internal frame rigid bags, and then they got external frames rigid bags. There's goods and bads on both.
I was gonna say, what's the difference? I mean,
but
what's the purpose of an internal and an external?
Okay. Internal rigid bag is basically you got your shoulder straps and your waist strap hooked to. Most of the time, the internal ones are plastic, and you got plastic ribs inside, right on your back.
Okay.
You got your back pad, then you got your ribs, and then you got your bag, your pack in the back of that. And what that does is it makes your bag stand tall, and when you pack, you can get more in it that way, and it stands.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't fall,
Yeah.
like a school bag or that type of backpack doesn't have any kind of
It doesn't become
support.
cumbersome.
It just falls. Yeah, and it drops down, and it basically all the weight will fall down and it'd be right on your lower back.
Yeah.
But with a rigid backpack, it stays where you put it basically, and you tighten it all down. It stays there, so you got your weight's distributed. You put most of your weighty stuff in the middle of your back. That way, it's it's not hurting your lower back. Basically.
Right.
And then your external frame is the exact same thing, but you could see the frame. And a lot of the external frame ones, why I kind of like the external frames per se, is you can take your bag off your framework. And then you have a framework, right? And a lot of them are like an L. Your bag sits on the little bottom shelf.
Yeah.
And then you got your frame up, and then you got your shoulder straps on the outside of that.
Yeah.
Right. So if you take your bag out of that, what you can do is take that frame, and because your shoulder straps are still attached.
Yeah.
And go out in the wood and collect firewood. And you collect, bundle it up,
Now you have a
put it in your frame, throw that on your back,
Yeah.
and you can carry 3 times more than just your arms
And one other
trying
thing,
to walk through the woods.
a lot of people talk about backpacks, and of course, those are kind of good backpacks. When you're out, if you're out in a situation, let's say you're in a bug out situation, you're out in the woods or whatever, you need to have a way, because you're going to be carrying some food items.
Mhm.
Okay, if you're fortunate enough, you need to have a way to get those food items up off the ground,
Mhm.
because varmints, critters. If you're in an area where there's bears, things of that
Yep,
nature,
yep.
it needs to be up off the ground, because otherwise you're going to lose everything you got.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, you take out what you think you're going to need. You're sleeping on the ground or whatever. Take out what you think you're going to need to defend yourself, and your food and stuff like that. Get it up in the air.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if you don't,
put it in they have it called food bags, which is like basically it's a dry storage bag
Mhm.
that has the you flip it and lock it, and then you would just tie rope in that, throw it up in the tree, and
there you go.
pull it up a limb,
Yep.
so it's 10, 15 feet hanging.
But you still want to get your bug out bag or whatever up off the ground, because animals are animals.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They're going to be
there's
hey,
ways
what's in here?
There's ways to do that. You take very simple way to get your bag off the ground is
Mhm.
is take your paracord, double it so you got two pair, double with a loop. Put the loop around the tree, bring it around the other side, put the paracord through that, put a little toggle on the end, put your bag on it, and drop it, and it's hanging from the side of the tree.
There you go.
Very simple.
And also, if you're in a bug out situation and you're out in the woods or wherever, you need to have a way to, if you're alone, if you don't have somebody to stand guard, you guys take shifts or whatever,
Mhm.
somebody's awake, somebody's asleep. If you're alone, you need to have a way to set up an early alert system. And paracord, that's one thing. But if you have a couple of rolls of fishing line,
That's the fishing line is
fishing
awesome
line,
for
you can't
security.
see fishing line.
Nope.
Okay, especially in the dark.
Yep.
And it's real hard to see even in the daytime.
Yep.
So you take fishing line and you tie things to it that make noise.
Yep. There is the very best thing for that situation. Every bug out bag should have it. They have these little bitty things. I've seen them at Harbor Freight. Even you can get them almost anywhere now. They're about that big, Bubba. They're called personal alarm systems.
Oh yeah,
If you
pull
got
the pin.
pull the pin. You got somebody coming at you. You pull the pin.
Yep. You could set that up just like you would a Claymore mine.
Yep, exactly.
Somebody kicks
trips
the
it.
line.
It goes.
Yep, there you go.
Everything in the forest is like, what in the world is that noise?
Yeah. So you need to have an early alert system, because that way, if you're alone and you set it up, a couple yards out or whatever.
Yep.
And that way they trip that early alert system. You're waking up.
Yep.
You're grabbing your gun or whatever.
Those things are light. They're cheap.
Yep.
They're easy.
Another thing, because here's the thing: things hit the fan. People are going to hit the gun stores.
Oh yeah.
First thing everybody's going to go for is the gun stores.
That's a perfect example of that is now.
Yeah.
Oh, COVID, you got to wear a mask. All the gun stores are empty.
All the gun stores are empty. You can't find 9mm ammo, 45, 40, 223, 308, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
You can't find it. So here is my suggestion.
Stock up.
Stock up, number one, but eventually you're going to run out of ammo. So something that is good, reusable ammo is arrows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're talking long term.
Long term
It
stuff.
hit the fan, and there's no more civilization.
Yeah.
And the ammo on the earth is what's staying on the earth. There's no more making more.
Nope.
Arrows.
Bows and arrows, guys. Because I can recollect my arrow.
Yep.
Unless it's shattered.
Yep.
I can recollect my arrow, and I can reshoot my arrow.
Yep.
Okay. I tell a lot of gun guys are like, oh, I've got my guns. You better learn how to use a bow and arrow.
Yep.
Okay.
And, along the exact same lines as the bow too is a very good weapon to have out, and that is the slingshot.
Oh, slingshot, yeah. A good axe.
You could tag a squirrel with a slingshot so easy.
A rabbit.
You get practice, a rabbit, yeah. Small game. Small game is what's going to keep you alive. You're out in the woods surviving. You're not going to bring a deer down.
I'm going to tell you straight up.
You might.
I've eaten rabbit. Okay. I've eaten the chicken in the trees. I've eaten squirrel. I've had frog legs.
Yep.
Okay.
And if you got the right setup, if you have the right setup slingshot like I do, it actually shoots arrows, and you can get a fishing arrow and go fishing with it. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now,
fishing with a slingshot is actually very easy.
I was going to say fishing with a slingshot or an arrow or gigging fish.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing the refractory quality
Yeah.
of water.
Yes, you have.
If you're looking straight at the fish is not
that's part of
straight
the
ahead.
knowledge.
The fish is more likely up this way or down this way. So you got to strike above or below him. You know, something you got to keep in mind because I see a lot of guys. I see
It's actually always above.
above. Thank you. I never could remember above.
Yep. Yeah,
It's above.
you see your fish. You're not aiming here. You're aiming here.
Yeah.
And then
He's
you'll
actually
hit him here.
Yeah.
Because you stick, just stick a stick in the water and you can see it. It stops and it goes like this. It's like it breaks down.
Yeah, just like bends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's like that.
So otherwise, you're going to be stabbing water all day long.
Just shoot right above their head.
So it's like when you watch. I've watched guys bow fish, and every time they see the fish that they're going to get with the bow, you see them draw down on the fish, and you see them raise the bow up just a hair, and then release.
Yeah. You aim right on him and
bring it up just a hair. So I mean, these are things: a bow and arrow, a slingshot.
These are, I was going to say, these are things right now. The most important item you can ever bring out into the wilderness is your brain. Right? You train your brain.
Your mind. Yeah.
So right now, you're sitting at your house watching this video. Get on YouTube and just learn, man. Just learn. Just
start watching videos and start practicing.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Another thing, car maintenance. Because we have a huge segment of guys out here today can't even change a tire.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. If you think mechanic shops are going to be open when everything goes kerplooey out here, you better think again. You better learn how to change a belt, rotate tires, change tire, change oil, change plugs. You better learn how to do some basic troubleshooting.
Yeah, learn that on your car and then learn how that on other cars because you're going to have to harvest some things from other
You got
cars.
it. That's right. And here's a kicker. Spark plug wires, and they're pretty much universal.
Yep.
A plug wire is a plug wire. It's going to, unless you get into performance wire for like a hot rod or something.
Yeah.
But like your regular cars out here, let's say, I got a neighbor's got a 4-cylinder Ford Escape, I think it is. And whatever it's called. But anyway, that little engine, man, there's tons of those cars. You think about a vehicle that that there are buttloads of them out there, easily accessible, that you can get, if you have to break a window to pop a hood to get spark plug wires or parts off another car, you can do it.
Yeah. Definitely talking end of the world thing here.
Oh, yeah.
Lawlessness and
worst of the worst here.
Case, and that was the other thing too. I've talked to Christians all the time. Well, that's stealing. No. If I'm surviving, that's not surviving. Stealing.
It's like gasoline.
I'm not going to hold you at gunpoint. Give me your spark plug wires.
Yeah.
That's stealing.
That's stealing. Gasoline. If I find a car that nobody's there and they left the car behind, but it's got parts I can use, I'm going to use those parts.
Yeah.
Gasoline.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to have a way to get gasoline because let's say there was an EMP, whether it be by the sun or man-made. All the electricity is down. You can't pump gas.
Yep.
So how are you going to get gas? Okay. You have to have different methods to get gas. One, the gas pump tanks at the gas stations, those are way underground.
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to need a lot of line. You're going to need a way to hand crank to pump gas out of that tank, get it out of there. That's the number one. If you can't do that, number two, you have to wait to get it out of another car. So let's say you find a car that's broke down on the side of the road, but it's got gas in the tank. How are you going to get that gas out of the tank? You can't stick a siphon down in there because there's a check ball in the thing now in most cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so how do I get around that? One of two ways. I puncture the tank, which a lot of them have a bladder in them that seals up when they're punctured. So how do I get around that? The neck. And on top of that, most gas tanks have what's called a vapor line. So you have to be able to access one of those two ways if you can't pop the tank. And you have to have a way to collect that gas.
Yep.
So these are things that people don't keep in mind, and they think I'll never have to use this. I'm pretty sure there are people in places around the country and around the world that thought they would never be in a situation where they'd need these kind of skill sets. But trust me when I tell you, there have been people who've run into it. I mean, case in point was a young man who was rock climbing and got himself wedged in some rocks and got his arm trapped. He had to cut his own arm off.
Yep.
You don't know what kind of situation you're going to end up in. Are you ready?
You know what he cut his arm off with?
Yeah, a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, basically a multi-tool.
Yeah. Now, from my understanding, his arm was numb. Okay, because it'd been trapped so long. and he was probably going to lose it anyway. But could you imagine having to cut your? Could you do that?
Yeah.
You know,
Mental.
or let's say you and a buddy are in a bug out situation. Your buddy gets trapped. Could you do that? Do you understand? Do you have the knowledge to know how to deal with somebody who's now bleeding?
Yep.
You know, how to stop the
How to
bleeding,
make tourniquets,
how to make a
direct
tourniquet.
pressure at it.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Make bandages.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, because you cut his arm off and you get him out from the boulder, and then he bleeds to death because you're like, oh, I don't know what else to do now.
exactly.
You know.
You basically didn't do any good at that point.
Yeah.
So you know how to do you know how to cauterize a wound?
Yep.
You know, and yes, that's going to hurt. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, it's all gonna hurt.
Yeah. So do you have a good knife? You have good knife in your bug out bag?
Yep.
You have good fire starting equipment? Do you have good equipment to help you to
That's-
obtain food?
That's a first off too, right there. We have a whole nother video on knives, by the way. But right now, if you're watching this video and you don't have a knife on you,
Boy.
turn your man card.
I got a knife.
Yes, I have
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 blades on me.
I got one that I carry. I don't carry 6 blades, okay? I got one that I carry, and then I got some pocket knives and stuff in my bug out, okay? Let me see it. Okay, I don't have a knife like this, okay? More's the pity. But,
Got another pocket knife.
yeah, see, you can wood split with this.
Yep.
Okay? You can shave wood off to create tinder with this.
Got another knife on my keys.
Okay. Yeah. He's showing off over here now. But
You carry knives.
and on
man.
top of that, it's got the cool Punisher logo on it. But anyway, I gotta push that over.
You don't hurt yourself because it's sharp. And if you don't sharpen your knives, you're an idiot. Too, 'cause
Yeah,
it's like
turn
having
your
a
man
gun
card.
with no bullets in it.
Turn your man card.
Get you a good diamond rod. Keep your knife sharp.
Yeah, having a knife and not sharp, having a sharp knife, it's like not having a knife.
Yep. It's like
You
a
know?
gun with no bullets in it.
Yeah, does you no good whatsoever,
What are you
guys.
gonna smooth butter?
But that being said, I think you know, we're going to have to, because we're in warm weather now. We're going to have to come up with a place, and I think doing another instructional video for fire starting,
Sure.
different types of fire starting, I think would be a great idea. You know, number one. Number two, I think we should do a video, which I would be more than happy to, you know, do cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're watching this, by the way, comment on the below
Yes.
what videos you want.
Yeah. What
We'll
video
make
do you
a-
want to see? You want to see an instructional video on general maintenance, what to look at on a car engine if it's not running right, fire starting,
tent making,
shelter. Because if you're in a bug out situation and you've got all this gear to help you survive, but you don't have a way to keep yourself dry,
Yep.
let's say it's raining, you have defeated the purpose.
Do you know the 5 keys to survivability? The 5 keys.
Anybody who knows the
Cs.
5 keys to survivability, put them in the comments below. Let's see what you know.
Yep.
So
5 keys to survivability.
5 C's. Excuse me. 5 C's.
5 keys. It could be the 5 keys too.
Yeah,
The 5 C's.
You get the idea. So, but guys, this is just general information, and you know,
Us ranting in the living room.
yeah, us ranting in the living room. So, but this is stuff that you know, guys ought to know, man.
Yep.
So, and link in description below. Please visit our website. I've been like a mad dog writing articles and posting articles on the website. It's got tons of stuff on bushcraft on there and survival stuff. You need to go check it out. Check his
Blog.
Our blogs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't have a whole lot of videos. Ed does the videos. I do articles. So, but go check it out, guys, please. Yeah. And we'll put the link in the description.
Information. Yeah.
Yeah. Put the link in the description below. Also, check out Warrior Poet Society. Link in the description below for learning how to have situational awareness. Things men should know how to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, because if you know how to do this stuff, then you can protect the guy that doesn't, or the woman that doesn't, or the kids that don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Just say a bug out, situation happens, boom, you're in the middle of a church service, and all of a sudden you guys got to go.
That's right.
So you got the whole congregation.
You're now responsible for a lot of people.
Yeah. Can
you
help them? Are you going to be the guy? Oh, no.
Yeah, and run around waving your hands in the air like the ones wearing the masks out here.
Sorry, I didn't say that.
I didn't hear.
Not the first guy I shoot.
Yeah, I'm just like, let's put it this way, guys.
Meat's back on the table, boys.
You've been
Sorry.
watching.
Anyway,
You've been watching Lord of the Rings too much. But anyways, I want to say this to a lot of guys out there, and I watch a lot of different YouTube channels like Entrepreneurs and Cars and Better Bachelor and stuff. There's a lot of guys lamenting the fact that there's a lot of ladies out here that don't want, well, guys like us. We're regular guys, man.
Mhm.
Okay? But we're real guys. But we don't look like Brad Pitt. We don't make millions of dollars. Guess what?
Speak for yourself.
Guess what? Oh, bearded one. There's going to come a time when guys like us, we will be the Brad Pitts.
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? Guys like that don't know how to do the
Yep.
stuff that we know how to do.
And on that aspect too, ladies,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take care of you in the woods. I don't need to go hand waiting on whatever. Oh, this bug's it's dirty.
Oh, man.
Nope.
Seriously.
Nope.
No.
Give me a girl that's fishing with me.
Yeah.
Give me a girl that's setting snares.
If you a girl, and let's be honest here, we're guys, and guys like to have something nice to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, kind of like that blonde I showed you.
If she brings me back 5 trout, I don't care what she looks like.
Guys
got
like
food.
to have something to look at, though.
You got food.
Okay. Anyway, maybe I'm picky. I don't know. Kind of like that blonde I showed you a picture of. But anyways, you know, I like a gal. That looks nice. But at the same time, she's not afraid to pop the hood on the car and say,
Yes.
"Hey, let's get underneath here and change this belt, honey, or
Yes.
change this oil, honey." And
Yes.
she's not afraid to get her hands a little dirty.
Yep.
Because that's attractive.
Oh yeah, very.
And can she cook? I can cook.
Yep.
So you can ask Brother Ed. I make a pretty mean steak.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Till you overcook.
Huh?
Anyway.
Shut up.
All right.
Anyway,
End the video.
end the video.
36 minutes in.
Yeah, and like we always say, guys, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, get to know Him today, because the things that are coming, you're gonna want to know Him.
Yep.
God bless you.
God bless.